Hello everyone, welcome to another Nerd Consultant's Untitled Video Game podcast. I'm once again Calvin the Nerd Consultant, and I'm joined by my friends Reese and Elliot once again.
Hello, I'm Reese the Gundam Guru.
I'm Elliot, the Vanguard Vagrant. Sadly, our JoJo genius cannot join us because he is out there having a life.
Yeah, he's at work, and also Ren's not really big into his Switch at the minute. And I couldn't invite any other. No other friends were available for that. That were regular Switch players. So
Or just bothers.
So we finally get a Nintendo Direct. Like we said we'd do one of these when Nintendo Direct happened, and finally it's happened.
Yep, after 520 days.
The first one in nearly a year and a half. Fucking hell.
Well, it's the first one that's been a general Direct. We had a lot of Direct minis and partner showcases last year, and we had the game-focused ones. And we'll discuss our overall thoughts on this Direct. But I think the fact that they started the year with this Direct suggests Directs are not gone. They will be. They are now almost back, because this felt like the first Direct we get usually in a year.
Yeah.
My guess is just that last year they didn't have enough coming out to put in Directs regularly, so they just experimented with a bunch of minis and partner showcases and stuff like that.
On that note, if we went into much better alternate universe and COVID wasn't a factor, do you think we would have had much bigger Nintendo Directs in 2021? No, 2020.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably, I would say so.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, it means the devs could be back in the office working on the games rather than at home.
Yeah. I think. I'm wondering just how many games got delayed, because Nintendo's quite secretive about this whole thing. The only thing I think for certain we can say for relative certainty, although Nintendo will never admit this, is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I think that was meant to come in October, and they shifted around the details. So Pikmin 3's now in that spot.
Wasn't No More Heroes 3 delayed?
Yeah, that was meant to be 2020,
yeah.
And that's now. Well, we're going to talk about that one now because it was part of this Direct, which. So Direct was on very late for us UK viewers, but we managed to stay up for it.
Yeah, it was 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's always the thing I find funny, that they take into account America and Japan, and they don't take into account the time in the UK.
That's why a bunch of Bethesda E3s are 1 in the fucking morning.
Oh god, if you stayed up for the 2019 Bethesda E3 at 1 in the morning, I'm so sorry, because you were stayed up late for nothing.
In that case, you should be apologizing to me.
Oh,
I stayed up I did all of them. Only and yeah, Ubisoft and Bethesda's were terrible. Hopefully they pick it up this year, though I highly doubt they will.
I mean, we will be back for E3 this year, but first trailer. So let's go through all the trailers in order. We'll skip a few ones which weren't that impactful. We'll give our thoughts on these.
Unless it's just to bitch about some of them. There's one in particular I want to go on a little bit about, because it just looks terrible.
So first trailer, I thought it was an expansion to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or it was Xenoblade Chronicles 3 happening, but no. It was the first Smash characters, Pyrrha and Mithra. Mithra coming into.
Yes, it's Pyra and Mithra.
Pyra and Mithra. I keep mispronouncing them.
Because I thought it was always Pyrrha. In the Japanese version, they was called Pyrrha.
Yeah,
but the American pronunciation is Pyra.
Well, who cares?
Pyra Fire.
Who the hell unironically plays Xenoblade 2 in the English dub?
Yo.
I feel so sorry for you. The terrible voice acting.
It starts off bad, but it gets a lot better later on.
I can imagine that. So,
yeah. I was saying that I don't like. I didn't think it was. I thought it was going to be an expansion to Xenoblade 2. I don't think it was going to be Xenoblade 3 because if they were going to buy the same as what Xenoblade 1 and 2 did, it would have been the same world but different characters.
So, I'm wondering, Reese, are you in charge of the latter half of the fighter pass on Super Smash Bros? Because we've had Final Fantasy VII and now Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yep, my uncle does work in Nintendo. Your rumours are true.
What do you think of Pyra coming in? Because you're the big Xenoblade nut out of the three of us. So you must be chuffed.
I'm really happy. Because she's an amazing character from 2. And a lot of people's favourites.
Yeah,
she's my favourite from 2, I will say that much.
A lot of people said it was going to be Rex if they were having a Xenoblade 2 rep, but I'm personally more happy it's Pyra.
I did think it was going to be Rex because we already had the Rex costume.
Oh, yeah, of course. But, but there's also... I wouldn't have expected Xenoblade 2 because it's a case of... There was already a Xenoblade map, there's already a lot of Xenoblade music, and there's already a lot of Xenoblade spirits. In fact, Pyra is a spirit in the game.
Yeah. And so is Mythra.
Yeah, exactly. So
they both are.
I'm
not sure what they're gonna do with the spirits.
Yeah, because they're gonna have DLC spirits.
At the same time, I think we kind of thought the same thing with ARMS when Min Min came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with ARMS, there was only 2 or 3 ARMS spirits in the game. There's quite a lot of Xenoblade, and more specifically, there's quite a few Xenoblade 2 spirits. So
yeah, because it has all the characters as spirits.
Is there much room to expand upon Xenoblade 2 spirits? Is there a lot of characters they missed?
Well, there's a few of the optional blades that they don't have.
There's a thought.
I think there are a couple of some of the main characters they don't have in.
I definitely have
actually, now that I think about it, we have the blade wielders, but I don't think we have that many of the blades. Many of the main blades.
I mean,
we got a couple, but I don't think we have that many. I mean, so those could be first.
If we take all the Xenoblade games into account, I've just realised we don't have many of the Xenoblade villains in as spirits.
Well, no, because that would just be massive spoilers if you saw the villains.
But the only one I can think of is Munkar, that's it. Yeah, he's in that one, and that does give away a bit of a spoiler if you transform his spirit.
Yeah, massive spoiler.
Yeah, obvious. Although that being said, obvious plot twist is obvious. Sort of does come a bit to mind.
At the same time, though, I'll be honest. I completely forgot who Munkar was. I can't remember what spirit he evolves into. So
really,
no spoilers for me. I'm good.
So I like the idea of Pyra coming in. I think you and the three of us were saying earlier in the day when we were doing our predictions, we had a sort of slight think back and thought, maybe it's not a third-party character, maybe it's a first-party character for this direct. But I think we were all suggesting it was a Pokemon Sword and Shield rep. We weren't thinking Xenoblade 2.
No, especially since Xenoblade 2's been out for over 2 years now.
3 now, actually. It came out in December 2017.
So, let's take into account, we've got... if you think about this, kind of feels like one of the... very similar to Byleth in the sense of... it feels like a character that would have been put in if Smash Bros. Had more development time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same with Min Min as well a bit. I think Min Min, Byleth, and Pyra are the Nintendo first-party characters they would really wanted to have done in the first place, but didn't have the time to put them in.
I feel like Min Min would have gone in because the developers of Nintendo would have wanted to go in. Pyra feels like more it was fan demand. I feel like there were a lot of fans of Xenoblade who really wanted her in. And I, for what I can say, I'm very happy that she's now in Smash. She seems like a really fun character to play as.
Yeah.
A lot of salt around her coming in because this ain't another anime sword fighter. But
I just think, fuck off. A lot of you guys want Sora and Dante. In case you didn't know, they're not carrying giant bats.
The other thing I also think...
also, just going to say, a lot of people are angry because it's more female representation.
I was about to say, that's something I quite like about
we've had so few female...
Exactly.
Not including, like, alternate not including alternate costume. This is the second female character we've had in the DLC as a DLC.
Yeah, third if you count Byleth as alternative.
Yeah, as I said, not counting alternates. Well, technically it's 4 if you count Alex.
It definitely addresses one of the criticisms that there wasn't as many just straight female characters in the DLC packs, and I think it's quite good that they've done at least 2 in this one.
Yeah. That
being said, I even said in my predictions I really wanted to be Crash Bandicoot again, but he's the E3 announcement if he's coming in, and so I think that was.
Yeah, you're looking at someone who kind of wants Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia to come in, and mine's probably out of all of ours, mine's probably the most impossible one, most unlikely.
So that was a really good opening trailer. I thought it took you by surprise. At what point did you think? Was there any point where you thought she's going to be the Smash character, or was it right up until you saw the envelope that you realised?
I was looking through it, kind of thinking, is this kind of an expansion to the end of it? Like, I haven't finished Xenoblade 2, so if she does disappear, I did get a bit spoiled. And I was thinking, is she there? And then I saw like the Final Destination thing that Rex was on. And I was just thinking, Pyrrha's in Smash, isn't she?
What about you, Reese? Did you guess it before the letter got revealed?
Yeah, since there was such a focus on Smash Bros. in the announcement, I thought, right, it's definitely one of the fighters.
So, Pyrrha, I actually, must be honest, I didn't spot I'm not very observant, so I didn't spot the whole Final Destination look, so as a result, it was right up until I saw the letter that I realised.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, I did have, a slight feeling thinking, is this Smash Bros? Is this Xenoblade? Smash Bros.
Because also when you see the stage, also see the smaller Final Destinations in the background to give it away.
Yeah, of course. So that's a really great start to it. Second trailer was the Fall Guys is coming to Switch. Fall Guys coming to Switch.
I'm honestly surprised it wasn't on there to begin with. I was so sure Fall Guys had been on the Switch for a good number of months.
Well, it's good. The thing is, it does have a console exclusivity deal with Sony right now, and it looks like they are so keen to get it on the Switch, they're literally going to do it the second that exclusivity contract is up.
Yeah.
So it's gonna. That's coming in the summer. Do you think you're going to pick it up for your Switches in the summer, or are you going to just hold off on this one?
I might pick it up, because it is good fun.
I might do. I haven't played Fall Guys yet, but I might give it a go.
Yeah,
Is it cross-platform progression?
No, I think it is just the Switch. You know what Sony's like; they're not great at cross-play, so I doubt they'd allow that one. I mean, I don't.
We all remember what they did with Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe we can even do it between the PC and the PlayStation 4 versions, and but I mean, I'm glad it's coming to. I think it'll do better on Nintendo Switch. I reckon it's going to. I actually would boldly say I reckon it's going to outsell the PlayStation 4 version.
Yeah,
I can imagine that. It looks like it feels like a game that definitely fits on the Switch.
Next one was Outer Wilds, the big indie game that won Best Game at the BAFTAs. That's coming to Nintendo Switch in the summer. I mean, have you?
AKA the game I constantly mistake for Outer Worlds.
Yeah, you're not the only one. How do you guys feel about that one coming?
Yeah, I'm just surprised about to run considering the amount you can explore in the game. Yeah,
it's I've had it on my PC. It's a big game.
Yeah.
I must be honest though, it's good. I think a lot of Switch owners might rage quit this one because it's got a very complicated control scheme.
Yeah.
Like, are we talking Elite Dangerous levels of complicated?
It's kind of more. It's a bit counterintuitive to what you'd expect, but it's a little more an attempt to be a little more realistic about a few things.
Because I know, like, Elite Dangerous has a very, very complicated control system. Like, it's like just unloading, just like getting your ship to fly is difficult enough.
This one might, as I say, it might be a bit difficult, but I'd say check this. I reckon this one might be worth it for Switch owners. But I was another one where I went, I'm surprised this isn't already on Switch, considering it's on everything else. But
Yeah.
You got to convince people as well, considering that to buy it. I mean, this will be really for Switch owners only, because if you had the other consoles or a PC, you bought this game already if you were curious about it, or you got it on Xbox Game Pass. Then it was Famicom Detective Club game, a combination of the Famicom Detective Club. Is this sort of like?
Yeah, I had no idea what this was about.
Neither did I, but apparently I've looked this up. Apparently it's essentially a bunch of text games that were on the Famicom that have never left. They've never left Japan, and they're now finally in Japan for the first time.
I've never heard of it, but I'm interested. I've seen it. I'm actually kind of interested.
It looks very Phoenix Wright-like. It definitely looks very Phoenix Wright. I thought it was a Phoenix Wright game initially when I saw it.
It feels like a paranormal Phoenix Wright game. That's probably how I would say it.
Yeah, that's a good call for it. And you guys think you can pick this one up, or are you going to wait and hear more about this? Would you say?
I'm not going to pick it up. Yeah,
So,
I'll let you pick it up. It seems interesting enough.
yeah, you guys are really into your murder mystery, so I think this will do you guys good. But
I mean, I'm a big Phoenix Wright fan, so it definitely seems like something up my alley.
Reese, you surprised me because normally I would say this is the sort of game where you would wait for a review rather than pick it up straight away.
I'm going to wait for it.
Yeah, same. I'm going to wait for reviews. If people really like this one, I'm going to say yeah.
In that case, I'll take the bullet. I'll get it at launch and let you guys know how I think of it. Okay,
that's fair enough. Next one is a good one for Dynasty Warriors fans. Samurai Warriors 5 coming to the Switch in summer.
Kind of surprising they're announcing it literally 2 days before Persona 5 Strikers is coming out.
Well, the digital yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, it's now on a console with Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, Persona 5 Strikers, and
and Fire Emblem Warriors as well.
Fire Emblem Warriors, and some of the Dynasty Warriors games. So why it feels like Samurai Warriors feels a bit out of place being on this system, but I suppose people might pick it up because they just want to play the game style.
I mean, there are a lot of diehard Dynasty Warriors fans, so I can see a lot of people being excited for it.
But the thing about Samurai Warriors is, for me, it's why would you... I don't get why you'd pick up Samurai Warriors, because, again, it just feels like it's less interesting compared to all these other really interesting games you can get on the Switch. So, I'm not sure how that one's going to go down. I probably won't be picking that one up.
I think just for people who are fans of the series.
Yeah, that does seem like it's just fans of the series.
I mean, I might see what it's... I probably would... there's no guarantee, but I might like, have a bit of a look at it. I won't get it straight away. I'll at least have a look at the reviews first.
Next up was... And this one really surprised me. A Legend of Mana remake. Or like a remaster.
Yeah.
Now, this will not be a Switch exclusive. It's also coming to PlayStation 4 and... It's coming to PC.
It's coming to PS5 as well, then, technically.
Well, yes, technically coming to PS5 because it's backwards compatible. But I've never heard of this Mana game. I was not aware of it. Are you guys aware of this one? Or
no, because it's just like a quiet spin-off.
The only one don't really know much about the Mana series. The only one I really know is Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana is Secret of Mana is really good. I really liked the Trials of Mana remake that came out last year. I was in a bit of the minority that really liked that game, and I'm also really, but this one really looks a lot more like it's attempting to be closer to its original PlayStation 1 game, but give it a bit of the Octopath Traveler treatment.
I mean, I was watching when I was watching the direct. I was watching it with my friend Sean, and he said like it's very weird to see pixelated characters over like hand drawn backgrounds. I was just looking at, just thinking, yeah, he's very right on that. It does look a bit jarring with that, really.
I mean, I'm glad it's coming to the PlayStation 4 as well, because I think since it's a PlayStation 1 game, you should really appeal to the people that had the PlayStation 1 and they likely have stuck with PlayStation all that time. Could be good. Then we go into Reese's ballpark, and it was a Monster Hunter World trailer.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise, sorry. What did you think of this one, Reese? The new stuff, because they unveiled a few new things in this trailer.
Yeah, we've got some new monsters and some returning ones as well.
Oh yeah, it slightly expanded on the story a little bit from what we knew.
Yeah, we see the two maidens aren't useless.
That's cool. And you said when we were texting at the time of this one, there was some sort of they got the armor. They definitely got some armor upgrades in this, or
yeah, you told me the armor skills.
The armor skills. That's it. They're bringing the armor skills into the mix. I mean, I'm dead excited for Monster Hunter Rise. I thought this trailer was a little too long, given that it's a game we already knew quite a bit about, and we know when it's coming out. But it's always good to build up a little bit of hype for it.
Yeah, especially because they're bringing back the Apex system from the 3DS games.
And, of course, that was a great choice. And they also showed off a bit more about the Monster Hunter-themed Switch and the Pro Controller, which is coming over, fortunately. We're not going to have to import that from Japan.
Thankfully.
I mean, I've already made it a bunch of times. I'm not the biggest Monster Hunter fan. It's a game series I really want to get into, but I just haven't been able to for the life of me. I'm really hoping this is the one that will get me into it, and I'm actually and after seeing Australia, I'm really excited to be checking this one out now. Actually, after that, especially after that last trailer, it looks really good.
I think the big thing about Monster Hunter is it's enjoyed a bit better with multiplayer.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So, hence why it's always done very well on handheld systems. I think this is going to be... Thanks to Japan alone, I think this will be it will eventually get in the top 10 best-selling Switch games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fingers crossed when we play a Ren decides to join in. You'll be really also have a 4-man team. Good
luck with that. Then it was a trailer where I kind of predicted this, and I could have done better in predicting this. But, because I said we're going to get some first-party announcements that would surprise us. And I was kind of, in the back of my head, I was thinking, I feel like we're due a Mario sports game. But I didn't feel confident enough to put that down. I thought, I'm not that confident. Turns out I would have been absolutely right, because we got a new Mario Golf game on the rise.
Yeah.
Mario Golf Super Rush.
Yeah.
And I am... this was one of my favourite announcements of the entire Direct. I'm not joking on this one.
Mate, I was like... I'm not the biggest fan of Mario Golf, but this game looks so much fun. Like, this looks like such a good game.
Especially with the speed golf.
I was about to mention that. The speed golf looks so much fun. It's just, I have a feeling like, for us, that might replace Smash Bros. For a little bit.
Like, just all of us just going... And I could so see that being a great multiplayer experience. I'm dying to give that a go.
Yeah. I'm so happy as well because, thank Christ, it doesn't seem like another Ultra Smash. Like, they're not just adding one power-up and just leaving everything else. It seems like they're really putting the effort in with this game, which makes me so happy.
It to me feels like they've learned their lesson from Ultra Smash, that they need a bit more, and they've slowly been getting better with, like, Mario Tennis Aces was really... I actually really like Mario Tennis Aces. I thought that game was pretty good.
I haven't played, admittedly.
And I also... But this one looks like it's even better. And they're even bringing back the RPG elements from the Game Boy Color games.
Yeah, they actually have a story mode in this one.
Yeah, I like the fact that those ones were in Mario Tennis and Mario Golf on the Game Boy systems. And now we get to do it on a major console. And it feels like the Mii's are the right tool for that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk a bit more about Mii's later for obvious reasons, but this is a day one pickup for me. I am dead excited to play Mario Golf.
Oh, absolutely! I can guarantee we're probably just gonna pick it up and bash it like for a bunch on the day it comes out.
So yeah, they also showed it's going to have motion controls as well as traditional controls. Are you guys think you're going to give a go at the motion controls, or are you just going to avoid that?
Yeah, I am. I'm a fan of Wii Sports Golf. I'll check it out with motion controls.
I'll probably just stick to the buttons.
Yeah, I'm a bit apprehensive about using the motion controls, but because I haven't got a very large living room to do it in. But I could see myself giving it a go. I mean, we're certainly not going to see that on like the buses or the train. Someone just putting their Switch on a table and then.
We might do it a couple of times. We might end up doing it when we meet up though, and end up playing it.
I could see that happening. So that's Mario Golf. Then we had announcement that Tales from the Borderlands was coming to Switch on March 24th. We already knew that because it got leaked to the Taiwanese rating board.
Yeah.
But I'm not too excited about Tales from the Borderlands.
I mean, it's cool at getting it, but I don't know, it's not really something I'm that massive on.
Yeah, because I've already played on PS4, so I don't feel a need to replay it now.
Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they put The Walking Dead on Switch. It's kind of like, I mean, that's cool, I guess, but I don't think that many people's really going to pick it up.
I think it's the same mistake as The Walking Dead. They put it out too late, so The Walking Dead should have been near launch title for the Switch, or launch window at least. Then there was the only shadow drop of the entire direct, which is weird because they normally get 2 or 3 shadow drops. But Capcom Arcade Stadium, which wow, there's a lot more Capcom Arcade stuff coming onto the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just everything you saw in high school, girl.
Yeah, it is all those games again. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, I currently have it up at the minute. It's right now you could get like Ghosts and Goblins for free, but and it comes with like 3 packs each for like 12 quid, or you could get one of all 3 for 30.
How are you enjoying it, Elliot? Because you've actually downloaded it.
I haven't yet.
All right, I see.
I'm just saying.
I mean, are you guys, Reese, are you into the idea of getting the Capcom Arcade Stadium?
Yeah, I can see myself using it.
It does seem interesting that Capcom seems to be the only one of the big companies that seems to be really embracing its arcade legacy.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think it's because like they really got a really good start within the arcades. I think the only other company I can really think of that would probably really celebrate is someone like Namco.
Or isn't there a Namco museum on Switch already?
Give me a second. I'll give it a check. I think I'd be surprised if there wasn't actually.
It is not. It's really surprising. You would have thought Namco Museum would really suit the Switch.
Yeah.
No, that's not, strangely enough.
That is...
Oh, wait, no, never mind, there is. There is. Namco Museum Archives Volume. Yeah, it's on there.
Yes.
My bad.
Then there was, then there's a game coming out March 16th, Stubbs the Zombie.
Which is like
an old game.
Yeah, original Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh, Xbox. I was thinking like it felt. I never heard of it, but I was thinking this is probably come from like PS2, Xbox era.
Well, it looks a weird game. I mean, I never had an original Xbox, so I obviously don't have any nostalgia for this, but could be all right.
I mean, I'm happy it's coming on. It's like with the Last Remnant. It's like it's not a game I really knew about, but I'm happy it's getting some new light on the Switch.
Then it was Neon. Then it was Elliot completely got this right. I completely wrote off this possibility, but No More Heroes 3 gets a release date, August the 27th.
I mean, as I said to you, I thought, you know what? It's coming out in 2021. They're probably going to want to get the release date out. They're going to want to get the release out earlier than later, I would guess. Get people excited for it and stuff. It's
quite a bit later than I expected. Like, late August. That is how much of a delay did Suda51 have with this game?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking it'd be around May or something like that. Not, like, August. Yeah,
I'm assuming that's a day one for everyone.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I can guarantee I'm going to be like I already have the other 2 games for Switch. I'm gonna be binging them before I eventually play that one.
I really like No More Heroes, so I'm going to be really chuffed to play a bit of No More Heroes free. I think its late August release suggests we might have another semi-major Nintendo game in August. I just feel like that's a very late release for the only major Nintendo published game in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Then there was one, I don't know what to make of this game, Neon White.
That game looks awesome, actually. I'm actually quite excited for that one.
Same, I am.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, but color me intrigued.
While me and Sean were watching it, like, he was gushing over it the entire time, saying, like, how cool the game looked. He loved the character designs and the enemy designs, and I was just all there, like, yeah, it looks so cool. I'm actually quite excited for it to come out. It's not till 22, though. God damn it.
Yeah.
But
actually, no, I don't think it's until winter, is it?
Yeah, it's winter sometime. But I'm interested to see what that game turns out like. I think they're going to slowly show us more of that. I'll be interested to see where that goes. Then
I'm really looking forward to it. It looks really cool.
Then there was a DC Supergirls trailer, which went on far too long.
Like the entire time I was watching it, I was just thinking, okay, great, those horrible animation music video channels for kids made a video game.
It's like, okay, this trailer needs to be only like 30, 40 seconds. Why is it going on for like 2 minutes?
Yeah, you could just cancel that game. I don't think any of us will miss it.
Plants vs. Zombies, that was another one that got revealed on the Taiwanese Rainbow, the new Plants vs. Zombie games coming to Switch. I'm not the biggest Plants vs. Zombie fan, so I don't really know what to make of this one.
I literally have not played it since the first game.
Yeah, well, this one's a remaster of an old MOBA from previous games.
I mean, I like the sound of that. Do you think it's coming out on March the 19th? I think that's the wait for me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, the original PS4 didn't get that good reviews.
I'm
not going to pick it up. It doesn't seem that good.
Okay, well, we're going first party again for a little bit because the announced, and I really did not think this was coming to Switch. Miitopia is coming on May the 24th.
My boy, one of the best 3DS games.
I was going to say which one of us gets to review this one. I think Elliot gets the review on this one.
It's going to be me. It's going to be me. I will fight all of you.
Because I didn't get Miitopia on the 3DS. And this one trailer did sell it to me. I kind of like the look of Miitopia.
I got Miitopia on day one. I absolutely adore that game. Like every time I played it, it's just been so much. It's just been so much fun. Mind you, you're looking at someone who really likes Tomodachi Life. So Tomodachi Life, but it's a fantasy RPG. Of course, I'm gonna love it.
I get a feeling this is going to be me fulfilling this whole Anime Amigos isekai fan fiction that I can make now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can just transfer the Miis that from our multiplayer game straight in there. But wouldn't be surprised if that's not going to be the case. I'm going to have to make them from scratch.
Yeah.
So I'm dead excited for Miitopia. Are you picking this one up, Reese, or are you going to sort of hold off and get that in the sale?
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up because it does look fun.
Yeah, I must admit it does look fun, and it's nice to have a main Nintendo. That's gonna be. It looks like that'll be Nintendo's big first-party title in May.
I mean, I could say I'm going to pick it up, but I've already pre-ordered it. I've already pre-ordered it, so
I'm waiting for a physical version to turn up for pre-order. I like having a shelf full of games, so
yeah.
I'm gonna try and get physical where possible. Then one of my other correct predictions. They go into a bit more detail about the Animal Crossing update. I'm obviously the only Animal Crossing fan in this one. Well, the only one who's still playing New Horizons.
I will admit, I was gushing over all the new Mario stuff. It all looks so awesome.
The thing I like,
it's great.
Yeah, that it looks awesome. Like I wouldn't be surprised if people start turning their islands into Mario courses from this one.
Like hell, I might even try Animal Crossing again just to get all the stuff. Like while I was watching it, I was just thinking, please let there be a Bowser costume. Please let there be a Bowser costume.
But the thing I'm gonna definitely get for my island is the warp pipes, because there's a bunch there's a bunch of areas on my island where like, I can't be asked walking there. And now I can just go wait.
Yeah.
And
now I'm just hoping that we get a bunch of like Zelda related stuff in it.
I could imagine that's an update around September, October time. I can imagine that will be a future. I think this is the last Animal Crossing update for a while. I think they've now done a full year of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm out of the three of us, I'm the only one who stuck with it very long. I really liked it. I put it in my 10 best games of 2020 list.
I might pick it up again. I might give it another try because I do love Animal Crossing. It's just a game I just haven't really been able to get into, and I really, really want to get into it. It's like Monster Hunter for me.
Now, the next trailer was probably one of my favorite trailers of the entire direct. Project Triangle Strategy from Square Enix.
Yes.
So, okay, who out of the three of us is the big Final Fantasy Tactics fan?
I played them.
I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy Tactics games, in all honesty.
Now, apparently this is set in the world of Octopath Traveler, so that's going to be very interesting.
Really?
Yeah, apparently there is connections to Octopath Traveler with this one, which Octopath Traveler is probably one of my favorite games on the Switch, but it's also one of the most infuriating games for me on the Switch because it's an RPG.
I love Octopath Traveler. It's one of the most strikingly beautiful JRPGs I've ever played.
Yeah, now people are going to really disagree with me on this one, but the thing I really don't like about Octopath Traveler is the fact it kind of forces you to grind. You always seem like you're under-leveled for every single boss you ever face.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
I never really felt any of that because you're looking at someone who generally just does grind a lot in the game. Like, you're looking at someone who drove around Mementos for 5 hours in Persona 5 Royal trying to get all my characters to max level.
But this one broke the rule because it's not a 2021 game, it's a 2022 game. Yep. And they did release it with a demo, which I haven't tried yet, but I'm going to try it out.
Yep.
I gotta say though, I hope it's not going to be like Octopath Traveler, and they will not stick with that title and just call it Triangle Strategy because that's a dumb name.
Triangle Strategy is a dumb name, yeah.
I actually thought for a bit, is this a new Final Fantasy Tactics? Because
I did as well.
It's one of those just go, seriously, I need a Final Fantasy Tactics game.
I mean, when I first started, I thought we was getting an Octopath Traveler 2.
Well, I'm glad that Square are now looking at their old school franchise. They're looking at classic Final Fantasy. They're looking at Final Fantasy Tactics. They know they've got a fan base that are fans of these games, want more of them, but they kind of want to innovate those individual franchises in their own way. So we're now going to have Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default and now Project Triangle Strategy that's going to be there for those fans. I think it's good that they're thinking of those fans and they're still able to innovate those other games to do what they want to do with those games. It's a good future, I think, for Square Enix if they can keep up with this.
You know, I keep forgetting that a Bravely Default 2 is coming out soon. Like a week from now, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then there was one where I don't know what to make of this one, but I think we're all going to really like this. Star Wars Hunters. Looks like it's it looks like an...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be another battle arena game.
But we've already got Jedi Academy on Switch. That's a really good arena game. Why would I need another one?
Yeah.
It seems a bit weird. Then there's one where we really disagree with the internet on this one, because the internet really seems to be quite intrigued by this game, but we all thought it looked terrible. Knockout City.
Oh, God. Is that the dodgeball one?
Yeah, the dodgeball one.
That game just looks dull. It looks like Fortnite, but with just dodgeball.
Yeah, and then Overwatch vomited all over it.
Yeah, and do you know the game it really reminded me of quite a bit? It looked like a really low-grade Ninjala.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the biggest Ninjala fan when it came out. I thought it was a decent game, but it was one where I lost interest very quickly.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be as bad as Destruction one you played?
Destruction All-Stars. No. I actually think it will be better than Destruction All-Stars, and I think that says a lot that this game that looks like a PS2 game is going to probably be better than Destruction All-Stars. It actually looks quite good, but it plays appallingly.
Well, let's face it, it'll have more players than Destruction All-Stars due to more people having to switch than a PS5.
Oh, God. It stuns, but it really, to me, I'm so surprised a lot of people are saying, oh, this looks really intriguing. And I'm like, what are you on about? It looks really dull. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's not generally really boring, yeah.
I don't know who this game is for.
The kids who got bored of Fortnite.
Yeah. Then we had World's End Club, which apparently is like a Danganronpa as a side-scrolling game.
I mean, it was made by the same guys who did Danganronpa.
So, how do you guys feel about this one?
I'm actually really interested. I'm really interested in it. Yeah.
What about you, Reese?
Yeah, it looks interesting.
I think I might wait for a review on this one, but I mean, it does. But then again, they're not going to make any more. Danganronpa's story is done, so they got to do something else.
In that case, I'll take the bullet. I'll probably do the review of this one then when it comes out because I'm actually dead interested in it.
Then the moment that we could hear Reese's squee from all over the land. Hades is getting a physical release on March the 19th.
Oh, so happy with that. I'm going to buy it again just to have it.
I will admit, I'm a little disappointed that it's not DLC.
Yeah.
I really wanted Hades DLC.
I really wanted Hades DLC, but I'm going to buy loads again as well because I want them to see there's something in the physical releases of this. And they put it on PlayStation 5 and Series X.
Honestly, I might end up getting the physical one anyway, just because you get a digital soundtrack, and that soundtrack is so good.
Well, the soundtrack's free to get on Spotify.
I don't have Spotify, though.
Yeah, that's but it is on Apple Music as well.
Yeah.
So, but I
can I at least buy it on iTunes?
Yes, it is available on iTunes.
Okay.
But I will say, the thing that made me like it, I want the art book.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that's something we're all saying we're really excited to buy a game we've already bought.
I mean, Hades is such a good game; it's worth getting twice.
Yes, exactly. Now this is one where I thought Elliot's going to like this. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm actually really happy. I heard rumors for a good while that we were getting a collection of Ninja Gaiden games on it, so I'm really happy they were right.
So
yeah, I'm just surprised it was the Black Series.
Yeah, I would have thought you'd go with those original reboots rather than the Sigma games.
Yeah,
I'm a bit surprised by that as well.
But better than nothing. I mean, I'm all right on Ninja Gaiden. I'm not the biggest Ninja Gaiden fan, but I could see myself picking this one up.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of like PS2 hack and slashes like Devil May Cry and God of War, and I never played the Ninja Gaiden game, so I'm really interested in this one.
Well, I don't know if it's been overly difficult.
Oh yeah.
Well, again, you're looking at someone who kind of enjoys these difficult games. Okay,
so let's talk the one that Elliot got right: Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass.
Yes. I'm super happy about that one.
I didn't like the trailer for the expansion pass, if I'm honest, because they didn't really talk about what you're getting. They just sort of flashed it across the screen saying, here's what's coming this day, here's what's coming that day, this is what to expect.
I think they're waiting for the... I think they're going to be waiting for the Zelda Direct to really show off the DLC. I think this is more just announcing, hey, the game's getting DLC.
Yeah,
well, we already knew we were getting DLC because Robbie already had voice lines in the code of the base game.
Yeah, of course, the data miners always find some interesting shit.
Yeah. At the same time, yeah, look at someone who doesn't really keep up to date with the whole league stuff. So,
but when regards to, I mean, I bought the expansion pass because I really liked Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I think I was the one. Out of the three of us, I was the one who liked it the most because with our scores, I scored.
Yeah, because I gave mine a 7.
You gave it 7. Elliot was
8.6,
and I gave it 9.4.
Yeah.
It's
at the same time,
100%ed it.
I haven't 100%ed it. No.
I haven't played it for a while, mostly because I'm saving my Dynasty Warriors love for Persona 5 Strikers.
Yeah.
Because when I played Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, I was getting much more frustrated with it, and I think that's because only a couple months before I had 100%ed Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, which, like, at the end of that, I wasn't thinking, yes, I'm thinking, oh, thank God, now I can move on to something else. So,
I think
I'm waiting a bit longer to 100%. I'm definitely going to, though.
The thing is, though, I would say at the moment, Age of Calamity is my favourite Muso game, but that might.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That might change down the line. Then we had a bit of a reel of a bunch of games we knew were coming out. So Bravely Default 2, which is out next week. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, which is also out next week.
Yeah.
Then they had one I didn't know about. Saga Frontier Remastered's coming April 15th. I don't know much about Saga Frontier, so I don't know what to make of that one.
I've
not heard of them.
We finally saw a bit of what Apex Legends is going to look like on Switch when it comes next month. I'm not...
Yeah, just like with Fall Guys, I'm surprised Apex Legends wasn't on the Switch earlier. So considering I don't think that game's really been relevant since 2019.
It's kind of one of those... Wow. it's one of those, wow, I'm surprised it took you this long. But then again, look how long it took for Overwatch to come onto the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was still a bit somewhat relevant. Like, you've still got a lot of people talking about it. I don't think there are many people really talking about Apex now.
Well, it does have its own dedicated community in esports league.
Yeah.
So the community is there. It's just not as vocal as like Smash or Fortnite is.
So or Overwatch, for example. I think Overwatch is even a bit more vocal than Apex is.
Yeah, I'm on the up to the Overwatch League.
Oh yeah, that's a minefield. Then Eiji Aonuma showed up on. Then Eiji Aonuma showed up.
Yep.
And
crushed everyone's dreams.
Yeah, but he did.
What's that? You were one in Breath of the Wild 2 years? No, fuck you.
It did. He did say we're possibly getting some later this year, which to me says it's the E3 announcement. It's going to close E3.
Yeah.
It will be 2 years as the first announcement.
It's funny because I saw so many people like online saying 2 years and we still haven't gotten any news of Breath of the Wild. And I just thought Elden Ring. That meme of Elden Ring, Metroid Prime, and Bayonetta fans first time.
Yeah,
but I wasn't expecting Breath of the Wild 2 to show up in this one. It would have been more of a surprise for me if it had.
I don't think it will be. I think they'll be either saving it for E3 or the Zelda Direct.
Do you think though with E3? We think Breath of the Wild 2 is showing up. Do we think Bayonetta 3 or Metroid Prime 4 is going to be there?
I feel like Bayonetta 3 is more likely than Metroid Prime 4, honestly.
Yeah. Although, it's been longer since Bayonetta 3 was announced than Metroid Prime 4. Surprisingly.
That's true, but at the same time, Metroid Prime 4 did have to be completely redone.
Yeah.
A couple years into development, so...
What about...
Who knows?
What about... so then we go into...
But then we got Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword HD. That was leaked on Amazon like a few months ago. But
I remember that.
So, and what do you guys think of the look of Skyward Sword HD?
Oh boy, I can't wait for Fi to start bugging me again about controller batteries.
Thank God, I don't think we'll be getting that issue again, thank God.
No, we still will with the console battery.
Oh yeah, of course. But One of the things I think will be interesting is the fact this it's going to run in 60 FPS this time.
Yeah, which is desperately needed.
Yeah, that's going to really improve that game tremendously.
I think that's mostly when it's docked. I think in handheld it'll still go back to 30 FPS.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Bad news for Switch Lite owners.
Yeah.
But
all two of them.
I do think though I like the fact they did consider that market and gave the handheld controls for the game. I'm hoping they won't force you to use the motion controls in docked mode, and I can use my classic controller. But if not, I'm happy to just have the
I think it will. I think that it will give you the option to just use the handheld controls. I mean, I think a lot of people won't be happy that you need to use the thumbstick. I mean, if you're using precise slashing, I don't think it's really too much of an issue personally.
So,
let's just be glad that we don't have to do the motion controls while the Joy-Cons are still attached to the Switch.
True
and
shit.
you're just swinging the console around.
What?
Just imagine on the bus going, "Come on, slice the Deku Baba."
So,
at the same time, this does also mean we'll be having to go through the sacred trials in HD now.
They did.
That will be. That's gonna be fun.
They also unveiled Skyward Sword themed Joy-Cons, which I don't need more Joy-Cons. I'm gonna buy Joy-Cons.
I have been constantly refreshing the Nintendo site, hoping that at some point it's in preparation for it to come up. Give me a second, I'm gonna refresh it again just in case.
Nope.
So the Monster Hunter controller's up. Totally.
Sweet.
Yes, it came up pretty much straight away after it was announced.
And Reese is gone.
It said it wasn't available.
No, it is coming out for pre-order.
Oh, nice.
So that goes to. I'm really excited for Skyward Sword HD. I'm not the biggest Skyward Sword fan. I'm hoping this one's going to change my mind, though.
I'm one of those weird people who actually really liked Skyward Sword. It also has a ton of problems, but I mean, I love the story. I love the characters. I'm really excited to be playing that game again.
Yeah, same. I was one of the people who got the golden Wii Remote edition when it first.
Hey, same. Was that the one? Was that the one that came with the 25th anniversary soundtrack?
Yeah.
Hey, same. Nice.
So here's the thing, though. With Skyward Sword, the thing I like about it is the story. This is the original one. I like the story. I don't like the amount of backtracking you have to do.
Yeah.
That's where the game does it. That's what really annoyed me about that one. It's like, oh god, I've got to go back all the way there. There was so many moments of that. So
I mean, at the very least, you were still seeing new stuff. It's not like Phantom Hourglass where they made you go back to the same temple over and over and over again with very little change.
So before we go off to talk about the trailer that closed out this one, what do we think this means for the Zelda 35th anniversary? Because nothing was labelled here as Zelda's 35th anniversary.
As I said, I am like everyone else. I'm hoping we get its own direct. I'm thinking, hopefully, at the very least, we get like something like we got with the Super Mario 3D All Stars. Yeah.
So
at the very least, I want ports of the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3DS versions.
I would personally.
I would really like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess to come on, obviously.
I think those 4 games are the ones I'd really want to come to Switch, but I think if those are all coming, I'm kind of joining you guys now and thinking maybe Breath of the Wild 2 is a 2022 title, because I'm wondering where does this feature now? Where does Breath of the Wild 2 feature so it comes out and doesn't completely overshadow, let's say all 4 of those games come out, Wind Waker. Let's say there's a collection of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are in one collection, and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are on another collection. Where do you release those? And then release Breath of the Wild 2 around Christmas time, and you don't have these games completely overshadow each other.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. I'm also thinking Breath of the Wild 2 is going to launch the Switch Pro. We've had a Zelda game launch every Switch model prior to this. Why would they not do it again?
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I just hope E3 will actually get a title drop.
Yeah, I would like E3 to give us some information on it. I don't think that leaked title is correct. That sounds really awful title.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the leaked title again? Because I've completely forgotten it. It was something like Age of Sorrow or something like that. It sounded like a really bad Castlevania game.
Yeah.
When do you think we'll have the 35th anniversary direct? Because we're going on saying now, if there is one to come, when is it? Or is that?
Oh, it's okay. So it's like everyone's fake. So all the names are fake so far. So.
So what do we think there is going to be a Zelda 35th anniversary direct, or is that going to be the big part of their E3 presentation this year?
I don't think it'll be E3. I feel like they'll be wanting to do a lot different for E3. Mind you, we also have the Pokemon 25th anniversary this year, so we're hoping for something with that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. What about you, Rhys? Do you reckon we're getting a Zelda Direct, or is that part of the big part of their E3 presentation?
I think at this point they may just roll into E3.
I think at this point it makes more sense to put it in E3, because if you think about it, let's say there's a Pokemon Direct sometime in the next few weeks, which I think there will be, because I'm wondering how long do you leave it before you start the celebration of the 25th anniversary of Pokemon? I can even see it.
I'm going to say with the Pokemon Direct, it'll probably come around April. Meanwhile, with the Zelda Direct, that will probably be around September.
Ooh, you're going that late?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to... Because, if they're going to start doing regular directs regularly again, which I hope they do, I think it kind of makes sense for it to go Pokemon, E3, Zelda.
Yeah, but then you got to work in another full direct in that list, and normally there is one in September or October. So you got to work around that. I'm going to say I think the Pokemon one could be as soon as next week.
Well, yeah, because we've got the 25th anniversary concert on the 27th.
I think I want to do it before the anniversary concert, and more to the point, February is the actual month that Pokemon Red and Blue released.
Yeah.
So I don't think it makes sense, or Red and Green for the purists, but I don't think it makes sense to say no, we're not going to do that, because they did do it with Mario. Mario came out in September, but mind you, it's obviously not going to happen with Zelda, because the first Zelda did come out in February, and we're obviously not getting a Zelda Direct this month.
Yeah.
But I think Pokemon will get its own stuff, but I think it will be before E3, because I think they're going to want to talk about whichever Pokemon games they all reveal in a bit more detail. Do you think it's before or after Pokemon Snap?
I think after.
You're going to go after, Rhys?
Yeah. I think it might be a little bit before.
I'm going to agree with Elliot on this one. I'm going to say it's before Pokemon Snap. I do not see that. But I could easily see them saying, yeah, it's going to be after. So the final trailer, which I said we were going to have Nintendo first-party titles that would surprise us, but I didn't see this one coming. I thought it was we saw the Splatoon characters, and I thought this is a Splatoon RPG or some sort of single-player spin-off. But
yeah,
no, it's Splatoon 3.
You saw my reaction. I was super excited.
So, I mean, I love Splatoon 2, and Splatoon 1 and 2 have been excellent. I don't know about you guys. I've really loved them.
I've only played the first one.
I am such a huge Splatoon junkie. I absolutely adore that series.
So, this one looked like it's coming in 2022, which, I mean, I think that's a good decision. I think we now, we're not going to end, we're not going to end 2021 and think, well, what's next for Nintendo? We're going to see, Splatoon 3's on the horizon. But it looks like it's going to be way more interest. There's going to be some new stuff this time round. It looks like there's not just new weapons and new maps. It looks like it's really going to evolve the gameplay.
You get a tiny little pet that looks just so... It looks so stupid but so adorable, and I want a plushie of it.
But it definitely looks more expansive than Splatoon 1 and 2. Splatoon 2, as good as it is, it does feel like a Wii U game that's been ported to the Switch rather than it's a game that was really had the Switch in mind.
Yeah, I will admit that.
I know there's tons of gameplay improvements and there's all sorts of new modes like Salmon Rush, but it still, to me, feels like it has not as much has changed from the Wii U version. As like this one feels like the full Splatoon made for the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like a major expansion from the first two games, and I kind of had a feeling when I saw it that it might be Splatoon 3 because they're no longer doing the Splatfest on Splatoon 2 or anything, so
it makes sense, and it kind of makes sense. Splatoon 2 really feels like it's wrapped up. I know a lot of people say, well, why would you get rid of that that community market of online multiplayer? But really think about it, because it's got to move on at some point. Yeah. You might as well do it. There's nothing else the Splatoon developers are going to be doing. You might as well give them the new game. I honestly thought the Switch successor would get Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Who
knows? It might be a launch title for the Switch Pro.
I was thinking. I actually said afterwards. I think the Switch Pro. This might be in. I don't think it's the launch title. I think it's launch window. So like the first 2 or 3 months after the Switch Pro comes out.
Actually, here's a thought. When do you think like the Switch Pro will be coming out? I'm gonna say March of 2022.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a bit earlier. I'm going to say November 2021 if Breath of the Wild is coming out that time. If not, I'm with you guys. It's March of 2022.
It makes sense because the Switch came out in March, and it will be 5 years after the original Switch came out.
I think it makes some sense. I think we all assumed the Switch Pro was coming out way sooner than it has been because of the way the rumours were going around.
Yeah.
It's not going to be called the Switch Pro. We are all aware of that. Yeah. I'm trying to think what it's going to be called, but I think it'll be called something like the Switch XL or the Switch I or something like that.
The Switch U.
Yeah, I was just going to say what should be the Switch U because of the Wii U.
Oh, that.
I'm good. Switch 2.0 maybe.
No, but that implies it's a new console rather than a revision, which this is going to be a revision. It's not a new console.
Yeah.
I can see that definitely happening. So, overall, what would you guys say? How do you feel about this Direct? Because I saw a few people weren't that impressed with this Direct.
Well, we had Xenoblade Positives, so I'm happy.
I thought it was I thought it was decent. It was nothing groundbreaking, but at the same time, I'm always going to Directs, not really expecting anything. I'm just happy it's back, really. So I'm happy with it.
I'd say I went in with expectations of this will be an all right Direct, and I think my expectations were met. I actually think it's a better Direct than. This is going to probably sound sacrilegious. I think it's a better Direct than the September 2019 one.
Yeah,
like that Direct had some good announcements, like Terry coming into Smash, Overwatch coming to the Switch, and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Strangely enough, Luigi's Mansion 3, I think, was announced then.
Not
announced, but it was like that was that's the last trailer before it came out. Yeah, it's featured.
I don't think. I think this one did a very good job, and if you think about it, it definitely says once and for all, it's not going to be a quiet year for Nintendo this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think the Switch is looking pretty good for the next few months. Because if you think about it, we've now got a major title from Nintendo or a Nintendo published main title all the way up to the end of August. Because you got Monster Hunter Rise. Well, even next week you got Bravely Default 2. Then in March, Monster Hunter Rise. April, new Pokemon Snap. May you've got Miitopia. June, it's Mario Golf. July, Skyward Sword HD. And No More Heroes 3 is coming in August.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this now. Even though PS5 there does seem to be a lot of very good games coming out for PS5 this year, Nintendo is my most hyped game company for stuff this year. There's just so much that looks awesome and right up my alley.
See, I was about to say, Reese, you've recently got a PlayStation 5.
I was trying to get one.
I'm surprised you're not. And I'm not as surprised about it per se, but you're not as hyped for the PS5 releases this year as you are for the Switch releases, from what I gathered.
Well, it's because the Switch ones are more high profile.
I suppose you're right, because look at Sony, what they've got coming. We've got Returnal, which looks pretty good, and Ratchet and Clank. Probably Horizon Forbidden West, but God of War is a bit up in the air.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at Final Fantasy 16, that's never coming out in 2021. Those games get delayed without pandemics. I think, though, what I find interesting is they didn't reveal the holiday game for the Switch. What do you think What do you think? You guys don't think it's Breath of the Wild 2. What do you think the holiday game might be for?
I'm not saying it's going to be this, but fingers crossed, Diamond and Pearl remake.
Yeah.
I think Diamond and Pearl remake will be one of the holiday games. I don't think it'll be the holiday game. I think it will supplement another game. I'm just not sure which game that is. It might be... I'm going out on a limb here. Odyssey 2?
I think we would have seen something by now.
Yeah, I don't really think we're going to be getting a new Mario Odyssey.
My thought process is, though, maybe a new 3D Mario, because it's been by that point it'll been 4 years since Super Mario Odyssey. I'm wondering what they must have been working on something.
I mean, at the same time,
Bowser's Fury.
Oh yeah,
4 years.
At the same time, though, we only mostly get like one 3D Mario game per console generation. The only one that was the exception is Mario Galaxy.
That's true.
I'm 100% up for a new Mario Odyssey. I think I don't really think we're going to be getting that anytime soon.
I'm with you on that one. I'm kind of with you on that one. I was kind of going up on a limb saying maybe Mario Odyssey. I'm trying to think. They could really just say Diamond and Pearl and all the Zelda stuff is your big holiday stuff. And that would be a pretty good holiday. Why not? I mean, getting those collections again and a new Diamond and Pearl remake. I mean, Pokemon sells major no matter what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Sword and Shield. Despite all the boycotts and some of the negative attention it got up to release, it's still sold bucket loads.
Yeah, especially lest we forget the tree debacle.
Oh yeah, of course. But I think that sort of proves that no matter how angry people are with the news about a release, they're still likely to go and buy it if they think it's going to be something they like. I mean, I was kind of saying Sword and Shield to the people who wanted to boycott Sword and Shield. Look, this is gonna be fine. It's getting released. You're gonna be happy with it anyway, and you're gonna not be bothered by it in a couple of years. So
I mean, when you really think about it, all the people who did try to boycott it were some of the hardcore Pokemon fans. It's still going to be like a ton of 10-year-olds buying it, let's be honest.
I think it did feel like a bit of a Gen 1ers complaint. And I would say I fall into the Gen 1ers camp in the sense that I think Gen 1 had the best design of the Pokemon and the best world ideas. And even then, I still think Johto is my favourite game. Out of the bunch.
You're looking at someone who got into Pokemon a lot later than you, and my favorite region is Sinnoh. So
one of the things I find interesting is though, so Diamond and Pearl remakes will be right up your alley, Elliot.
Oh, 100%. I will be pre-ordering them the minute the physical releases come out.
One thing I will say though with Diamond and Pearl potential Diamond and Pearl remakes, what do we think about since Skyward Sword HD has been confirmed to be real? Do we think that means that game listing of Pokemon Master Collection is real?
I don't think so. I think Nintendo will want to just sell the games individually on the Virtual Console to make maximum amount of money.
Especially if, because there's been rumors for a good while that the next Virtual Console thing will be a Game Boy one. So it would be kind of like Nintendo stabbing us in the back if they didn't throw in
the
Fire
Pokemon
and
games,
Blue,
yeah.
Or Red and Blue onto that.
The other thing about this Master Collection is if it's real, and I got some suspicion it is, because we all kind of saying the same thing about Mario 3D All-Stars. A lot of the naysayers were saying, oh no, Nintendo would definitely want to sell those individually. These are not the best versions of those games. Like, why are you selling them as... I know you want to sell them for the legacy, sell them as red, gold, and ruby on one collection, and blue, silver, and sapphire on another collection. But why would you not do Fire Red and Leaf Green, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? Those are the best versions of those games.
Yeah, definitely.
It seems counterintuitive to me, but we'll be introduced to it. What do you think the future? So you guys, I think with me, the future for the Switch is hopeful, but we'd like to see what's coming past. But at what point do you think we need to see what's coming past August 27th?
E3. E3 at the latest.
Yeah.
I think June, July is when Nintendo's going to start communicating again. Is there anything else that you thought was missing here that you were a bit surprised by?
Well, you got the Shin Megami Tensei games.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We did get the Shin Megami Tensei games.
Yeah, that was my thought process. Like, what is happening with them? Does Atlas want to talk about them by themselves, or
is Alice just too busy with Strikers to notice?
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh shit, we went to promote this. Hang on. Nocturne, it makes sense that it's only going to feature in one Nintendo Direct because it's also a PlayStation 4 title, and they tend to focus on games only coming to the Switch or are going to have a limited Switch exclusivity. Those tend to be the ones that make the Directs, where Nocturne is going to immediately launch on the PlayStation 4 as well, which... Not to the. It's not to the depth. It's not always, because like we've already mentioned about the Mana game that's coming to everything. But Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a Switch exclusive, so it seems weird to me that Atlas. Maybe Atlas will put that in something in the future. Do you think that's in a Direct, or do you think that's going to be like a Twitter drop from Nintendo and Atlas?
I think it'll be in a Direct.
You're going to go for Direct?
I feel like that might be an E3 thing.
I'm going to say that's going... I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm going to say it's in March or April. It's going to be a Twitter drop with a release date. And they're going to say like June or July. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming to Nintendo Switch. Pre-order start now.
Well, don't forget, if you go all the way back to when 5 was first announced, it was originally announced for the 3DS.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh, God.
Like, how long has this game been in development for?
Yeah.
Like, I really hope that thing's worth it when it comes out, because otherwise it's going to be a real gut punch for the developers.
I definitely hope so. If you remember, it took ages. Persona 5 was announced in like 2012, 2013 for the PS3.
Yeah, the Atlas are very good at sticking with something and getting something out that's really good. I don't...
I just hope they don't become another Square Enix. At the very least, Square, though, their games are always, a lot of the times great, so I'm pretty sure Atlas will be the same.
A lot less into another Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah.
I said Square, not CD.
I do think, though, I think Cyberpunk has been a big message to companies that they can't get away with it anymore, and I think if Fallout 76 was the beginning of the end of that, Cyberpunk is the end. It's like, we cannot get away with this ever again. Should I tell you what I think is... I'm surprised they haven't announced more cloud games for the Switch. I thought that seemed to be their big third-party we're getting third-party games on the Switch, and I'm surprised they didn't announce more of those. I was expecting some cloud games in this Direct.
Yeah, because we've had, Control and Hitman 3?
Yeah. Why would
are those the only two we've had?
So far, yes.
We've had Resident Evil 7 as well.
That was Japan exclusive.
Oh, did we?
Oh, Japan exclusive. Okay.
Same with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that was Japan exclusive as well. But the West, we've only had Control and Hitman. Which...
I'm not too surprised there hasn't really been that many of them.
Yeah, it's not the best way, and Google Stadia's downfall is not doing much for cloud gaming.
Yeah, that's dead now after a year?
Yeah, a year and a half. They've just given up. It's not surprising.
Can we just quickly say, I'm sure we all fucking called it.
Yeah, I called it from the start. I said,
we all did.
Yeah,
we all did.
As soon as it was announced, we were just like, that's not going to work, mate.
Like, you're paying for a subscription and games which you're never going to own. You can't download them to your system.
They're not physical.
They're not physical anyway.
I think Jim Stephanie Sterling said it best. They said, what was it? Google aren't going into this from the mindset of a game company. Meanwhile, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony are going into this with the mindset that it's of what the business that they are in. And
it's weird because they did hire a lot of former Ubisoft and EA people, and you would have, and even some former Xbox people. So you would have thought guys like Phil Harrison would have been able to tell them this is a bad idea. Well, mind you, Phil Harrison was really there a lot during the Xbox One debacle, so I'm not sure how much you can take from him. We're all thinking that I think we agreed there will be a Pokemon Direct sometime before E3, and then E3 is going to be the next Direct.
Yeah, the next major one.
I'm going to say I'm still holding it. The Nintendo Direct is going to be after... Sorry, the Zelda Direct is going to be after E3.
Okay, we'll take your prediction on that one, and then we'll eat humble pie as soon as that happens.
Guys, but don't forget, we've also got the Pokemon MOBA coming out.
Oh, yeah, Pokemon Unite.
Oh, God. That one thing that made us wait a week thinking it's going to be massive turned out to be one of the biggest fucking disappointments in Nintendo Direct history.
Okay, I'm gonna make I'm also reckoning there'll be an indie showcase some point before E3. I feel like Switch has become a big indie platform. They're gonna want to talk about it, and I really want to know more about Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Yeah, I was about to say, if we do get one, please finally give us a release date for Silk Song. It's been way too long. It's got
to... I've got a feeling it's really got to be this year, Silk Song. I don't see it not coming out this year.
Yeah, it has to
be. We need to see more of Cal raging.
Oh, yeah, funny. Oh, dear. Oh, I insist on taking that review.
Well, we won't be getting that for a while if he's playing Strikers tomorrow.
Well, on that note... thank you for joining us. We'll be back. We'll probably be, if we're not back for another Nintendo Direct or something like that, we'll be covering the entirety of E3. So we will.
At the very least, we'll be back for Anime Amigos next week.
Oh yeah, of course, Anime Amigos will be on the entire time. We're almost every month of this year. We're looking forward to it. We'll see you next time.
All right.